How did you manage, like, balance that? Like, wanting to, become as successful as you have became, but wanting get all your dreams, all that stuff. How did you manage the work life? I guess work life balance.
When I first started, so 18 to 21 was my grind season. I was putting in an 80-hour week would have been a slow leak for me. I would have, if I only did 80 hours, I would have felt 100% rested, on top of my game. I mean, when I tell you it was 18 plus hour days from start to finish, I was grinding. And this isn't like I'm sitting around on the clock grinding. This is me building my own company, grinding, like picking up the phone, 200 to 500 cold calls a day, running signs around, doing open houses. I was in real estate, so I was a real estate agent, learning. Every time I was driving, I was listening to podcasts. If I wasn't on the phone trying to sell condos or, get listings, I had a Grant Cardone podcast in my ear. If I was eating, I was either at lunch with a client, a mentor. Every minute of my day was spent towards bettering myself. But I didn't know what was bettering me or not, because in real estate, it takes 6+ months for you to really get the results. So I just said, what's working with this guy? What's working for this guy? What's working for this person? What's working for this person? I'm just going to do everything that everybody tells me until something works. And after about 6 months, everything just started working. I started getting results just over and over and over again. But the first 6 months of my journey sucked because I was getting no traction. But everyone around me said, don't stop, don't quit, don't quit. And every 6 months after that, the compound effect just started growing.
Oh, yeah. See, this is flowing perfectly because that goes into my next problem, delayed gratification. How did you deal with delayed gratification? And give some tidbits of knowledge to them, because I think that's a big deal in today's day and age, because you think everything's just going to come. Like, you see all the social media, you think it's just going to come in a day, the next day. Like, it's just get-rich-quick schemes are all over the place. How do you deal with delayed gratification? Because that's the only way that I see the actual wealthy become successful, is over an extended period of time, not just in 10 days you buy this stock, you're rich. It's like, no, it's a delayed gratification thing. How do you deal with that? How did you put yourself in the headspace to be like, I need to buckle down and it's going to take a while?
I have an infatigable personality. It means I'm going to keep trying until I win. Like 99 no's and 1 yes is still a win in my book. No matter what, I was going to keep trying because I was blowing through my savings. It had to work for me. It was either go get rich or die trying. Like, I was going to go broke and keep digging myself a hole, or I was just going to keep grinding. I knew that one day, everyone around me said, don't give up. And these are very, very wealthy, smart people. And I just took their advice. I wanted the quick money. I wanted the get rich quick thing, but quick results lead to slow problems later down the road.
Crypto?
Yeah. I know that more than anybody. The quick money will burn you for a very long period of time. When you get used to making real quick money, it's almost like a high, almost. You're like, okay, dope. There was a moment where I remember when the Luna crash happened, I put in a short, like it was like the next day after it crashed again. It was like $105,000 I made in like less than 5 minutes. It crashed. It crashed. It was like 20% almost instantly, and I was on a 3x short. And it was like $120,000 in the position. So it was like it was like a 60-70% gain, just like in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's sick.
But a couple weeks later, I took a $250,000 loss in less than a day. So that mindset is dangerous.
It's like the lottery ticket dilemma, right? Lottery winner dilemma.
Most people who get quick money blow it quick too.
So does it also hold true that, like, it's one thing to make the money, but it's another thing to keep it?
100%, especially in the crypto world, because it's just so volatile and it might not even be your fault. That's why crypto probably isn't the best example. You could have a flash crash. You could be on like margin, and you couldn't even be on high margin. You could just still get wiped out.
Yep.
But I built my foundation on real estate where I knew I wasn't going to see results for 6 months. I might not get paid for 3 to 5 years. So I already had that foundation. If I would have started in crypto and made a quick come up, like I dumped like a couple $1,000s into a coin and it turned into $100,000, I know I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I probably would have not had the discipline to keep a hold of that money. I'm glad I put it into real estate because you can't touch that money. Once you buy a property, you can't pull money out of that easily.
I mean, real estate's what, the number one delayed gratification
Pretty
money
much.
making thing besides, I mean, maybe Airbnb these days, but
I didn't learn how to borrow against my property until about 2 years ago. So I didn't think real estate was liquid at all until I sat down with a lender and they're like, yeah, you can borrow against your equity. And then my head started just kind of like, my gears started turning. I was like, I can borrow against one property to buy another one, or I can borrow against a property and put it all into crypto.
maybe not.
Don't recommend that. But be very, very aware that quick money causes slow problems. You can't plant a seed and force it to grow overnight. You might plant 100 seeds and there might be 5 trees that grow. One tree might produce fruit, but it's going to pay you for life. You're going to have fruit for life. You can quote that one.
Clip that.
Clip
Yeah,
that.
it's a good mindset.
Does that answer your problem?
I think so. It's a good mindset to have. I'm in the dilemma. Not the dilemma. I'm in the odd spot to where I know, as sickening as it sounds and as humble as I can say it, like I know by any means necessary, I'm going to make this shit happen.
Mm-hmm.
So delayed gratification tomorrow, doesn't matter. I know it's coming, but that's just, I don't think that's a conceited thing to say. I just think it's like confidence. I know that it's going to happen. So I'm not in that dilemma as such, but I think a lot of people do struggle with the delayed gratification and like the get rich quick stuff that you see all over the place.
You said the other day you wrote a contract to yourself. So if you write a contract to yourself and say you're going to make it work,
it's going to happen.
You're going to make yourself a liar.
It's going to happen, man.
So think of it as just planting seeds. Planting seeds in people, my friends. I plant seeds in all of my friends' ideas to grow, for them to make more money, to be happier, to be better socially, have a better family life. I'm planting a seed in them, and I'm constantly watering it. I'm keeping them like in check, accountable. I'll tell them, hey, how's your gym progress going? Are you reading? How's your diet? How much water are you drinking?